Thank you, Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen. So we are now in Lithuania. I'm coming from Finland, and the Chairman is from Poland. All these countries are part of the Baltic Sea region, as well as 6 other countries, or even 7 when Iceland is also included. I will explain or discuss shortly about the background for this initiative and under which umbrella this type of initiative could be processed further. And also then short discussion about some potentialities of this initiative and short summary. What is this Baltic Sea manufacturing belt? Shortly saying, I think that it means that we will work under the Baltic Sea region strategy agreed with the European Union, also under Horizon 2020 and the European Union's new cohesion policy, which has been discussed already here in this session, and try to develop the from macro-regional smart specialization perspective, the region more competitive in manufacturing, so that this is more interesting for private investments all over in the Baltic Sea region. I can refer also to Professor Flegel's presentation yesterday. One let's say, statement he presented was that regions are drivers for sustainability and growth, and I think that we have good chance also that this BSR area or region would be one of those who can make that possible. About macro-regional strategies which have been agreed with the European Union, there are 2 already put in place. The Baltic Sea strategy 2009 and the strategy for the Danube region in 2011, and the third one, which is under development and will be is planned to be put in place in 2014, is the Adriatic-Ionian region. Going to the Baltic Sea strategy, basically the earlier strategy for the period 2009-2013 has tried to bring together different initiatives in the region and also promoting strongly the cooperation between all stakeholders in the region, so academia, industry, etc., and politicians all over the region, and it has also defined priority areas, 4 of those, and then a number of flagship projects which have been promoted under this strategy or implementation. And in all efforts, basically, we have had a macro-regional approach. Really, this Baltic Sea region strategy was the first one, having 4 pillars, 15 priority areas. 2 of those are research and innovation, and the other one example is entrepreneurship, SMEs, and human resources. And I have listed here some, let's say, examples about the flagship projects which have been running under research and innovation. Maybe one of the major flagships have been the BSS STARS, developing the Baltic Sea region program for innovation clusters and SME networks. And under the entrepreneurship and SME and human resources, there are listed 3 flagship projects concerning SME networks and eco-efficiency and also labor forces. some reasons, problems. Okay, let's just shortly about the BSR strategy so far, which has been running up till now. So of course these are quite general ones, and the major effort has been in networking and putting together and trying to improve cooperation between different stakeholders, as I said earlier. What is a little bit changing now in the new action plan, earlier we had those 4 thematic pillars. Now we have defined 3 objectives: save the sea, connect the region, and increase prosperity. If you take as an example the BSR STARS project, flagship project, they are now planning the, let's say, discussing about the next phase of this BSR STARS program, flagship project 2.0. And one thing which has been added there is, for instance, this smart specialization approach as one key driver for the next strategy. So we can say that here we have the Europe 2020 strategy having those 3 objectives: smart growth, sustainable growth, inclusive growth. And in the new Baltic Sea strategy, we have those 3 priorities, objectives, and under the priority, let's say, objective of increased prosperity, we have deepening of fulfilling single market, implementation of Europe 2020 strategy, improved global competitiveness, and climate change adaptation. All these priorities are very much in line with manufacturing sector. For instance, thinking about the market point of view, for instance, many SME companies in Finland have the Baltic strategy. So when they start to go outside of Finland in their operations, they have selected the Baltic Sea region country, which is already quite big market. So coming to the BSR Manufacturing Belt Initiative, some background also as a region. Those are some figures about the region. It's also a mixture of leading high-tech countries and regions and developing regions and countries. So there's a map telling about, let's say, less developed regions, transition regions, and more developed regions. One interesting point is also related to manufacturing, that 8 countries of the BSR countries have already the ManuFuture national platform working. Professor Poppens had a more fresh statistics, but anyway, I think that in the region we have innovation leaders, we have innovation followers, and we have moderate innovators. So one of the smart specialization idea has been that the technology transfer, so that we can improve the, let's say, level of competitiveness all over the Europe. I think that this is also, we have this potential in the region. We can see from this figure quite easily that. And also that manufacturing all over this area is quite important, also from employment point of view. Here is statistics from 2010, and in this, I think that concerning employment, the lowest figure is in Norway, 16, and the highest figure is 29, and medium in employment, 22%. These are the countries which are in the region. So going, let's say, why this region could be maybe more interesting for, let's say, interesting for investors and manufacturing industry. We have good connections to Far East, the shortest way, fastest flight connections. We are the gateway to Russia. Even St. Petersburg with 5 million people is a quite good place, and sooner or later we are also dealing with the Arctic technology and Arctic Northern Sea route, and this is also a gateway for that. Also, in coming, we have a lot of knowledge in the region related to future Arctic marketplace, needed technologies in that, and especially in high value-added heavy machinery building, shipyards, but also many others high value-added big machinery. Special expertise from many points of view in materials. We have also metal industry, which is developing highly strong materials, for instance, and also materials for the Arctic conditions. Okay, what I have here. Some additional points here are listed. So really this is already a marketplace for many SMEs in the region itself, over borders. And I think that if we can really apply all the available instruments now, which are available in Europe, also for this region, this is really can look out very different in 2020. We can apply new developed business concepts like the CSM hotel concept, which was shortly presented with a video in Thomas Hedebor's presentation yesterday, which we have developed together with companies including Fastems. And also for heavy machinery, thinking about heavy machinery, the Baltic Sea itself is a good and cheap way of logistic in the network. One example, what we are running now as an example, also implementation of the CSM hotel concept, has been this type of effort, Seaside Industry Park Rauma, small harbor city where we have companies like Rolls-Royce, Steerprop, and STX Finland, unfortunately. And our plan has been, we are planning to have very different, let's say, premises in 2015. What has happened recently is, unfortunately, that STX, the Korean owner, has made the decision to close the Rauma shipyard, but that is not stopping our effort going further. And in 2015, we hope to see this type of area where we have much more, it means investment around 100 million euros, which is planned to be put there. And this could be, after this, a nice place for building, let's say, high value-added XXL size products to the market. So the approach that we are applying here is the CSM hotel concept, which has been developed together with companies with national funded projects, which is a clean manufacturing facility that collects in the same area or on the same factory floor SMEs, but also big players can be there, bigger companies, and so that we can reach a new level of sustainability, manufacturing expertise, business credibility, visibility, and clean manufacturing standards. So I have here, we hope to see a lot of, let's say, new sustainable, competitive, sustainable manufacturing facilities all over the region in future. If they are CSM hotel, we are very happy, but they can be also some others. and networked strongly with others, with each other. So this is summing the basic, still some, let's say, features we are trying to achieve with this initiative. I think that these are very much in line with the Horizon 2020 and also the cohesion policy and the smart specialization policy. Next actions, we will have tomorrow a discussion, a workshop, whole day workshop. We will discuss about this and also the more widely about the BSR stars and experiences about what has happened earlier, and try to build the next steps, concrete steps for going further with this BSR Manufacturing Belt initiative. I see that we need to adapt this to the BSR strategy so that much easier. The small delay has come also from the fact that the earlier program period has been still in finishing phase of the earlier activities and planning the next stage, but we are now in the right time also to give our contribution to the next strategy. And hoping to see also, I think that one possible way to go further is to build a flagship project under the BSR strategy. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much for your presentation, and I wish you good luck in this project.
You are a part of that.
I know. and I wish you a fruitful discussion tomorrow. One question, if you have.
Kaliningrad belongs to the Baltic belt as well, but it is not mentioned in your report. Why it is not included in your projects? Kaliningrad area pollute Baltic Sea and build petroleum platforms. It should be included in such similar projects. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for the comment. So we can discuss about, no problem.
Thank you.
And of course I'm not the only one, so we need also contribution from the others.
Can I have one more question?
Very shortly.
Yeah, very shortly. You mentioned the CSM hotel.
Yes.
Is that a working principle, a model for the cooperation for the manufacturing belt as well?
I didn't hear for some reason.
You mentioned the concept of the CSM hotel.
Yes.
Is that an innovation concept which could work for the manufacturing belt flagship as well?
Yeah, of course this is not the only one. This is one type where we have tried to achieve a better level, an easier way for SMEs to increase their competitiveness level and also apply the sustainability requirements.